Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU TV.
Hi, we're the 6th grade class of Ada Elementary. Welcome to Fighting Bulldogs. Welcome to News 6.
Hi, I'm Christine Banks from Ada Elementary School. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here's Travis Hazelton.
You know dogs can be fun to pet, but you probably don't know what's involved in making them fun to pet. Our first story today will introduce you to the unique profession of dog grooming, where there's Nathan Preston with professional pet groomer Laura Cook.
It's a makeover, but it's not for humans. It's for man's best friend. Can you tell us a little bit about dog grooming?
I started dog grooming about a year and a half ago, and I got into the field because of my love for animals. I really enjoy working with them.
What are some of the equipment you use?
We use dog brushes and combs and ear pullers to pull hair out of ears, and toenail clippers and shampoo, cream rinse, bathtub, water.
Can you show us how to groom a dog?
We start out by taking all the hair out from underneath the pads of the feet with our clippers. Then we clip the toenails, and we brush the dog, and we take all the hair out of the ears, because some breeds do require hair in their ears. And then I give it a bath, and we blow dry it, and we do finishing work with trimming.
Do you have to go to school to learn dog grooming?
No, you don't. In the state of Ohio, at least, you don't have to be certified to groom dogs. Anybody could do it that wants to. I did, however, go to a dog grooming school to learn the correct way to groom a dog, so I felt my customers and my dogs deserved that much.
Today's News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of Ada Elementary School. Ada Elementary School is located in Ada, which is about 20 miles east of Lima. Ada was founded in 1853 and has a population of about 3,000.
You may have watched many NFL games and know about several athletes, but do you know anything about the most important player of the game? The football. Where is it from and how is it made? Our next story will let you visit Wilson's Sporting Goods Factory at Ada, and you will no longer be a stranger to the football.
The small town of Ada makes a big contribution to the game of football. Could you tell us a little bit about your factory?
Yeah, our factory has been here for a little over 50 years, built in the late 1930s. We were Ohio Kentucky Manufacturing then, and in the mid-50s Wilson bought us, and back then we made various different leather goods, baseball gloves, various inflatables, boxing gloves. Then in the 1970s is when we started making the NFL football here.
What is the football made out of?
Football's made out of cowhide, leather. Rumored to be made out of pigskin. It never has, to my knowledge or anyone's knowledge here at Wilson. It's always been made out of cowhide. Rumor has the pigskin came from a pig's bladder used many, many years ago, supposedly for the inside portion of the football.
How long does it take to make a football?
Actual time being spent on the football is about a half an hour. The actual handling of that one particular ball. It takes a ball 2 to 3 weeks to get from start to finish during an average production run now. Again, it's just a lot of times the ball's sitting or moving from one station to the next, so it'll take a good 10 days usually for a ball to start to finish.
Could you show us how football is made?
football starts out, it's essentially, if you use your imagination, the piece of leather looks like a cow, and it's cut into football-shaped pieces. The pieces then have linings attached to them. They're sewn together. The balls are sewn inside out and then turned by people. Right side out, a bladder's put in them. They're laced up and packaged up and sent off to the NFL or various colleges or to your favorite department store.
Do you watch cartoons? Do you have a favorite cartoon character? This week's Kids View question asked the 6th graders about their cartoon characters. Here's what we found out.
Hi, I'm Jenny Baju. Today's Kid View question. If you could meet a famous cartoon character, who'd it be and why?
If I could meet a famous cartoon character, it'd be Speedy Gonzales because he runs fast and he lives in Mexico.
If I could meet a famous cartoon character, it'd be the Roadrunner because he's fast and he can outsmart the coyote.
If I could meet a famous cartoon character, it would be Mickey Mouse because he's famous and he lives in Disneyland.
Recently, News 6 interviewed Mr. Arden Searson. His fascination with Native American Indian culture has led to an amazing collection of Indian artifacts. Here's Aniko Ladanya with Mr. Searson and his collection.
History has been uncovered in Arden Searson's backyard. What got you interested in collecting Indian relics?
This is sort of a family tradition. Starting in 1898, my family moved to this area, and my grandfather, starting with my grandfather, my father, myself, my son, and my grandson have all collected Indian relics.
Where do you find them?
These are all found on ground that we basically own and that I farm.
What materials are they made out of?
These are basically made out of flint that is found in southern Ohio and brought up here in the rough, and these products are made up here.
Can you show some of the things you found?
I've got a point here that dates back to 8,000 to 9,000 BC to about 6,000 BC. This is a paleo point, this is a fluted point, and this is one of the oldest points that you find in Indian artifacts. The next point that I have here is an archaic point. You notice the difference in the top. This point dates from about 6,000 BC to 115 BC. The next point that I have is an Adena point, and the date on this point is from about 1000 BC to 400 BC. And notice the difference in the top of each one of the points. Each tribe have a different top so that they know denotes their tribe. The next thing that I have is an archaic pedestal. This is a real hard stone bell pedestal that is used for grinding corn for their food.
That's all for this week's News 6. Thank you for tuning in. Join us next week when Lucky Elementary School visits News 6.
Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.